Angie from the Squishy Monster, and today we're going to do cheesecake. And the one I'm going to show you today is very, very simple. So in other videos, I will show you how to do more complicated ones where you have to start off with the heat in a different setting, and then you have to, midway through, you have to switch it up to a higher temperature. It's crazy. And you add ricotta and sour cream. So this one is a very simple one. And last year, this time, I made 8 of these. So even if you aren't going crazy with like cheesecake coming out of every part of you, you definitely want to make this one because it's very, very simple. So in this bowl, I just have some crushed graham crackers. And you know what? I know a lot of cheesecake recipes call for graham crackers, but that's not even completely necessary. If you are out of any kind of sweet biscuits or cookies, you can use, saltine crackers just kind of sweetened up, or any kind of buttery Ritz crackers or anything like that. Just don't go out of your way to go out and just go to the grocery store just to buy one thing. Just use whatever you have. In this instance, I'm using graham crackers, but also ginger snaps would be really good in this. So I just have some crushed cookies and some chunked up butter, as well as some sugar, and I'm going to go ahead and add in some nutmeg. I love that little subtle warmth and heat from the nutmeg, so I'm just going to grate just a little bit of nutmeg in this. So go ahead and dump your crumb mixture onto the bottom of your springform pan and just press it together, and it'll stiffen up really nicely when it bakes off in the oven. You're going to put it in a 350 oven and bake it off for 8 to 10 minutes or so. So in my bowl, in my big bowl, I have 4 blocks of softened room temperature cream cheese, and it's important that they're softened at room temperature because it'll blend very nicely. It'll be a smooth, creamy filling. You won't have any lumps, and it'll help for even baking, so you won't have a crack on the top. And when you bake cheesecake, that's something you should strive for. You do not want there to be a huge crack or like a crater in the middle of your cheesecake, and that's really for aesthetic reasons, but it also is an indication that you overbaked, overmixed, or that your ingredients were not at the right temperature. So on top of that, you're going to want to go ahead and sprinkle in your sugar, and this is one cup of granulated regular just sugar, as well as 2 tablespoons of flour, and that's going to kind of keep everything tight and bind it all together, as well as the eggs. That's the purpose of the eggs as well, and that's just 4, again, room temperature eggs. And then I'm also going to put in just a little grating of lemon peel, and this is not necessary, so you can kind of skip this all together, but I find that because this is so rich and creamy, that this really kind of helps to lighten it up, and it really kind of perfumes it with a soft citrusy scent to it. So I really like the addition of this. So without adding anything to it, I like to just kind of break up the cream cheese a little bit. And then I like to go ahead and grate in my lemon peel. And if you use an organic lemon, it will be unwaxed normally, so I like to get organic lemon or citrus fruits for this, because you don't want to put the wax in your cheesecake. That's a big no-no. So just go ahead and grate the whole outside of the lemon in here. It'll be really nice in here. Trust me, I love it. And then go ahead and sprinkle in your sugar and your flour. So just half at a time, that's what I would do. And you want to make sure you scrape down the sides, as with anything that you bake, just to make sure everything gets mixed in. And I'm using my hand mixer today because I feel like I can control it better. And the one thing you do not want to do is over mix this, because then again, you'll have that big crack. So if you follow all these tips and steps, then you will not have that nasty, ugly crack. So go ahead and drizzle in your egg a little bit at a time. And you can either add them in one at a time, or you can just go ahead and put it in a bowl like this and go ahead and pre-beat it and just drizzle in a stream a little bit. So go ahead and mix like this, and then add in just a little bit more egg. And then I want to add in my vanilla. So go ahead and use really nice quality vanilla, or you can make your own so you can control the quality of it. And you're going to use about 1 to 2 teaspoons here, or you can go ahead and scrape in your own vanilla bean. But do you see all those nice little vanilla bean specks? So I'm going to go ahead and opt for this. And then you want to scrape, and I would guesstimate about, for me personally anyways, I scrape down the bowl, the sides of the bowl, at least 3 or 4 times, just to make sure you're getting everything in there, because you don't want it to be in the bowl, you want it to be in your mouth. So after you put all of your filling into your cooled crust, go ahead and smack it a couple times on the counter just to release some of the air bubbles to the surface. And if you're wondering why I have this little foil outfit onto my springform pan, it's to make sure that none of the water seeps into the crevices of your pan, because I'm going to go ahead and put it into a roasting pan like this. Any pan that will accommodate your springform pan will work. And go ahead and pour in your lukewarm water, and you just want to go ahead and fill up to halfway towards to the sides of your pan, and this will ensure even baking. It's just a water bath to just make sure everything stays really light and creamy and luscious. What I'm choosing to do, because it is Christmas time, I'm going to go ahead and I have just a cup on low simmer of jam, jelly, preserve. It really doesn't matter. If you can help it, you should use jelly, of course, without any seeds. Seedless jelly works best. But I'm using some preserves that I thinned out with just a little bit of water, like a couple drops of water, and it's simmering on low, and when it starts to bubble like that on the sides, that's when you want to take the heat off and let it cool just ever so slightly, and then you're basically going to toss it in berries. So go ahead and coat your berries and just gently kind of fold them in like this. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's going to glisten and shimmer, and it's going to basically gel back up as it cools, and it'll have this really beautiful effect on top of the cheesecake. So go ahead and take this mixture, and like I said, fresh berries would be beautiful in this, but I wasn't willing to dish out double the amount. So this is what I'm using, you guys. And go ahead and smooth it over to the edges. And just kind of smooth it over just like this. This is going to be a beautiful topping, just like that. And you're going to want to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator overnight. And I know it's really tempting to go ahead and slice into it right now, but then you're just going to have a big floppy mess. So if you let it set the way it should, when you take this off, extract it off later tomorrow when you're ready to eat it, it'll just come off really cleanly, and then you can just make nice and neat little slices, and it'll be beautiful. So here is the final product, you guys, and I can't slice into it because I have guests coming over to share with me, but you guys kind of get the idea, and I really hope you guys share this with your family because of its simplicity, impressiveness, and deliciousness. And I want to wish you guys another very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!